Every night, millions of people unknowingly perform a habit that puts them on a fast track to kidney failure: holding urine while they sleep. I'm not exaggerating. That delayed bathroom trip gives bacteria time to multiply, spread, and scar the kidneys. In this video, I'll walk you through the exact chain of events that turns one ignored urge into an infection that can destroy the kidneys from within, and what to do tonight to stop it from ever happening again. What really happens when you ignore that late-night urge to urinate? You wake up halfway through the night, feel the pressure, look at the clock, and decide to go back to sleep. It feels harmless, maybe even smart, because you want to keep resting. But while you drift back into deeper sleep, your bladder doesn't. It keeps stretching to hold that fluid in, filling past what it was meant to handle comfortably. Inside that expanding space, the urine that was supposed to leave your body becomes stagnant, providing a perfect environment for bacteria to multiply. These bacteria thrive in warm, contained liquid. When you hold urine for hours, the bacterial count doesn't just increase, it rises exponentially with every passing hour. Fresh urine flow normally helps wash many of these microbes away, but without that flushing, the balance shifts. The bladder turns into a quiet incubator, one the body can't easily manage while you're asleep. And as your heart rate slows and immune activity dips during deep rest, the bacterial population keeps working, invisible but active, using nutrients in the stagnant urine as their fuel source. The difference between what your brain is doing and what your bladder is experiencing at that moment couldn't be clearer. While your mind is in recovery mode, your bladder walls are under stress. The internal pressure reduces blood flow in that tissue, which weakens the local immune defense and limits oxygen levels. Research shows that this combination, reduced circulation plus bacterial buildup, significantly increases the risk of a urinary tract infection. Essentially, the longer your bladder stays full, the greater the opportunity bacteria have to take hold. That pressure has another consequence. As the bladder expands, it can help tiny bacteria migrate upward toward the ureters, the narrow tubes connecting the bladder to the kidneys. Even microscopic movement can start a chain reaction, allowing infection to spread beyond the bladder. Once that happens, it's no longer a simple irritation. It becomes the first stage of an infection that can reach much higher parts of the urinary system. Over time, repeated episodes of this process can weaken bladder tissue and make infections more likely to return. What makes this habit especially concerning is that the symptoms might not be obvious at first. You might not feel pain or burning right away, but internally, the conditions for infection are already developing. The bladder's lining isn't built for long-term pressure, and every extra hour of retention reduces its ability to protect itself. This is the hidden cost of ignoring what feels like a minor urge in the middle of the night. So, the next time you feel that gentle signal, remember what's happening beyond the initial discomfort. By staying in bed, you aren't just avoiding a short trip. You're giving bacteria hours of uninterrupted growth time and placing major stress on the surrounding tissue. The real question is how a process that begins in the bladder could reach the kidneys so quickly and cause lasting damage, even before morning arrives. How can one ignored bathroom trip turn into a kidney infection overnight? It starts with an ascending infection, a process where bacteria sitting in the bladder don't stay put. They begin moving upward through the ureters, the small tubes that drain urine from the kidneys down to the bladder. These bacteria already multiplied during hours of urine retention. Once they start traveling, your body can't rely on gravity alone to hold them back. Normally, a steady flow of urine flushes them out, but when the bladder has been overfilled and underused all night, that self-cleaning cycle slows down dramatically. When these bacteria move past the bladder, they enter a zone your body treats as protected territory, the kidneys. Here, even a tiny number of invaders can set off a strong immune response. The tissue surrounding the kidney's drainage system, known as the renal pelvis, becomes inflamed, and that inflammation spreads quickly. While you may still be sleeping, microscopic battles are happening inside kidney tissue, causing swelling, tenderness, and potentially fever once you wake up. The swelling can interfere with how the kidneys filter toxins from blood, even in just a few hours. Weak bladder flushing isn't the only risk. At night, your body naturally dehydrates. You sweat, you breathe out moisture, and you drink nothing for several hours. The urine sitting in your bladder becomes more concentrated, making it easier for bacteria to cling to the urinary tract walls as they climb. The darker and more concentrated that urine is, the better it is at helping bacteria survive and move upward. Combine this with a neglected urge, and you create conditions that almost invite infection to spread. In some documented cases, that climb to the kidneys can happen in less than half a day. Once bacteria reach the renal pelvis, the infection turns into pyelonephritis, a severe inflammation of kidney tissue. People experiencing it often develop sudden high fever, chills, and pain near the lower back or sides. Those symptoms are the body's alarm system, signaling that the kidneys are under attack. There have been many instances where individuals who frequently held in urine began developing repeated fevers or flank pain, only to discover later that hidden kidney damage was taking shape. Inside the body, the infection triggers a cascade of defenses. White blood cells rush in, temperature rises, and pressure builds in infected areas. As the immune system attacks, the tissue can scar, shrinking the kidney's delicate filtering surfaces. Those scars don't heal perfectly, and each episode leaves behind tiny areas of damage that reduce how well the kidneys clear waste. People with weakened defenses, older adults, diabetics, and those with a history of urinary infections face even faster progression because their immune systems respond less effectively. What surprises many is that these infections don't take weeks to cause damage. The process can unfold overnight. One postponed bathroom trip can give bacteria the opening they need to reach kidney tissue before your morning routine even begins. The next section shows how a few simple changes in your nightly routine can keep this from happening and protect your kidneys long term. How can one small midnight routine protect your kidneys for a lifetime? The truth is, protecting your kidneys isn't about taking extra supplements or chasing miracle diets. It's much simpler. The way you respond to your body's basic signals, like the urge to urinate, plays a major role in keeping your kidneys healthy. Ignoring that urge, especially at night, allows bacteria to sit in stagnant urine longer than it should. Over time, this small decision can cause infections that climb up the urinary tract toward the kidneys. Consistently acting on that signal, getting up and relieving your bladder, stops that process before it begins. Kidney protection starts with building simple, repeatable habits. Responding quickly to your body's cues prevents bacterial growth, reduces internal pressure, and keeps your urinary system clear. Many people pay close attention to food choices or spend money on vitamins, but overlook this basic behavior. No supplement can undo the effect of letting bacteria multiply overnight. It's discipline, not medication, that gives your kidneys lasting protection. Hydration adds another layer of defense. Water helps the kidneys flush out waste, sodium, and toxins more efficiently. Staying well hydrated also dilutes your urine, which limits the concentration of minerals and bacteria. Most people benefit from around 1.5 to 2 liters of water daily, though this varies depending on your health. When you drink consistently through the day, your urine stays lighter in color and the risk of bacterial overgrowth drops. It's not about drinking excessive amounts before bed, but keeping your hydration balanced throughout the day. Several related habits strengthen this routine. Lowering salt intake reduces strain on the kidneys and helps control blood pressure, which directly influences kidney function. Eating processed or salty foods late at night keeps your body working when it should be resting. Avoiding caffeine and alcohol before bed matters too, because both dehydrate the body and can make urine more concentrated by morning. High-protein snacks right before sleep also increase the kidney's workload, as protein metabolism produces waste that must be filtered during rest. Sleep itself has a major effect. Your kidneys follow your body's 24-hour rhythm, with filtration rates adjusting while you sleep. When your schedule is consistent, this rhythm stays stable, allowing your kidneys to recover each night. Chronically short or irregular sleep throws that rhythm off and increases stress hormones that can damage blood vessels supplying the kidneys. A steady bedtime routine helps maintain predictable kidney performance, just like it supports heart and brain health. When all these small habits come together, listening to bladder signals, staying hydrated, reducing salt and stimulants, eating light at night, and keeping a consistent sleep schedule, they work in harmony to guard your kidneys. These actions control bacteria, support blood pressure stability, and keep filtration strong. And the best part is that protecting your kidneys doesn't require new prescriptions or complex plans. The next step is understanding one simple rule that could make the difference between lifelong kidney strength and early kidney failure. Every time you decide to hold your urine, you give bacteria valuable time to multiply. That delayed trip adds pressure inside your bladder and increases the chance of infection reaching your kidneys. Each time you get up and relieve yourself, you're not just easing discomfort, you're protecting a vital organ that keeps your body balanced and toxin-free. Don't wait until morning. Your kidneys can't afford the extra hours. Respond when your body signals. Make this small step part of your nightly routine. If one simple choice can harm your kidneys, what other common habits might quietly compete for second place?